Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and yeah, today going in a slightly different direction and doing a let's build. Although this wasn't supposed to be a let's build, so this build I started on months ago. This was supposed to be a sort of special build for reaching 10,000 subscribers, and also like a special build for like the 1 year anniversary of the channel. But halfway through building it I was ill and I didn't get to finish it off. I had got it all built, I just hadn't done any of the furnishing, and this build is like mega big. I don't think I've ever done a build this big. But yeah, so Halloween was coming up and then I started on Halloween build, so it just didn't get finished and the time had passed too far. I thought to just put it up as like a special build, so I thought I would turn it into a let's build, because also like when I had got to the furnishing part I just didn't have a clue what to put in here. I mean, there was a few buildings where I thought, right, that could be a restaurant, that could be a cafe, but yeah, I just didn't really have any idea of what to do with the rest of the buildings. So I thought I'd rebuild it and start it as a let's build, as it's like such a big build. I have had to speed it up a bit. I've just went off and built a little bit more than what I'd actually wanted, than what I planned on doing. I think I just got lost in building and ended up building quite a bit. But yeah, so I have had to speed it up a lot more than I wanted to. But yeah, so it's a let's build, so any ideas you have for this, just write in the comments. But yeah, I suppose I should actually tell you what I'm trying to build, yeah. So my idea for this one was sort of like a Sims Venice sort of thing, so that's why we've got loads of water. And there's going to be like loads of little waterways around, and to get to the like I'm wanting to build loads like obviously like the little island type bits with all the buildings on, and to get from one to another there's going to be loads of little bridges. But yeah, so right now I'm working on one of them bridges for you to get onto the first little island that I've built there. There is 3 buildings on that little island there too. The first building, what I had in mind was on the ground floor there was going to be like a little shop there, so later on I get out some little awnings and put that up there, and then there's some like a little stairway going up to an entrance to what is going to be like a little house. And then in the second building I've made that as like a cafe, and I have done a tiny little bit of furnishing on the outside of like the cafe bit, just so you can see that it's actually going to be like a cafe. I put some like little tables and seats, things like that outside. And the third building, I really don't have a clue what that is going to be, so any ideas, just write in the comments. Also in this video I do go and like draw out another little island bit and I think I get another 3 buildings on there as well, and a little bridge going over to there. But yeah, there is going to be a load more buildings and little islands on here. But any ideas for any buildings you'd like to see in this let's build, yeah, just let us know in the comments and I can see what I can do. But the buildings that I'm putting in here now, I was actually thinking about changing some of the roofs on them. Just looking back after I'd built it, it just wasn't, I don't know, just some of the roofs on the buildings just don't look quite right. But yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear like a load of noise in the background as well. Yeah, well, normally on my channel you can normally hear a load of noise in the background, because for some reason, I don't know, as soon as I sit down and start recording, I start like talking with my hands, so my arms and my hands are just moving all over. And then I've got this thing that I like to do, like I rub my hands together. I don't realise I'm doing it, but yeah, it's kind of funny as well though, because my computer and everything is all in the living room, and the house I live in is like a terraced house, and to get into like my garden there's like a shared walkway with we share it with the neighbours. So when they're coming down there, they can see into my living room. They can probably see me sitting here, waving my arms like a crazy woman with my headphones on, like I'm at some silent disco or something. God knows what they think. But yeah, this time round though, I have got a son, and I normally try and do voiceovers while he's after school clubs or something like that when he's not in the house, because he is like a little herd of pet elephants going around the house. So yeah, I normally try and do it when he's out the house, but haven't got the time to do that this week, so I've had to do it with him in the house. I have asked him to just keep the noise down a bit, but he is a kid, and asking a kid to keep the noise down is like trying to get blood from a stone, isn't it? You know, it's not going to happen. So yeah, if you can hear any banging about in the background, it's just the little one. But yeah, so back to this build. This is actually the build where I mentioned a little bit about it in the Sims 3 Bistro build that I did, because this is the build where I actually came up with the idea of, if you can remember, if you've saw that video and if you can remember, back inside the bistro itself on the ground floor, I think it was, the wall coverings in there, I did sort of like a one where it looked like the plaster had been coming away from the walls, so you could see the brick texture, and then I covered up like the harsh lines with some ivy. This is a build I came up with the idea on. I do it on this building I'm working on. I probably will start to do that. I'm starting to do that now actually. That's tied in quite well. But yeah, I really liked the look of this, because when I was looking through pictures of like Venice, I saw some buildings like in little narrow sort of back alleys. Well, they're not alleys because they've got like the waterways going by, but yeah, I saw this and I thought, like, how could I recreate this in The Sims 4? So I came up with the idea of just putting some of the wall, the brick wall texture down, and then covering the harsh edges with the ivy, which works out quite well. It still gives it the look of like the render and the plaster, what have you, has come away from the wall, which I really like. So I have gone to town on some of the buildings with that. But yeah, it makes it look nice in the end, doesn't it? So yeah, like I said, this is supposed to be like a little mini Venice. It is. I haven't like copied any buildings exactly. I've just went and looked at some pictures, sort of got an idea of a few things, and just built what I felt looked sort of similar. But yeah, if there's anything, like I said, if there's anything you would like to see, then just let us know in the comments. Sometimes it's good as well to just, if you can find a picture on Google and like, I don't know, maybe a link, put a link in the comment to it or something, because sometimes people mention things and I'm like, do they mean what I'm actually thinking, or do they mean something just a little different? Or even just send us like a picture on Twitter or something. That would really help. But yeah, here I'm creating another little bridge, and I wanted this bridge to be like, as you can see, going from the actual sort of first level of that house there, rather than like staircases going straight up from the ground floor. I wanted like the entrance to the bridge coming from sort of like the entrance to that house as well, if that makes sense. Yeah. But also you can see that I've started working on this second little island. This little building here that I'm working on, it turns out quite nice. I really like the roof bit on the top. And yeah, it looks quite nice. And then the building next to that is really, really big. So my ideas was that, my idea for that was to maybe have like a couple of shops in there. There's an entrance way to that first building and that second building along. Actually, there's an entrance way into both of them from the bridge, and that second building's got a few other little entrances to it. Yeah, but that second building there as well, on the front of that, I get out the little sort of like archway doors and make I don't even know what it's called. You'll see it in a bit. I'm not good at voiceovers. I never know the name of anything, so I'm just sat here going, I don't know what it's called. What's this? I don't even know what I'm doing. What's my name? I'm just being silly now. But yeah, we now have a new expansion. We've only been waiting a year. Yeah, I really don't know what I think about it. I have got it, and I just really don't know what to think about it. I mean, I suppose I am talking from a builder's point of view, because I just use the game purely for building. I don't play it in live mode, so maybe playing it in live mode is probably brilliant. You know, there might be loads of new exciting things, but as it stands from just like a builder's point of view, I don't know. I'm really not feeling the apartment buildings. They just seem like glorified room buildings. And the penthouses, I don't really know about them. I mean, at first they seem really nice and something new, but it just feels like, well, that's probably not going to last too long. You know, the boredom will probably kick in after about 2 builds. I don't know. The camera as well on the penthouses is like really weird. It's not like the normal. I can't explain it. But yeah, I'm doing a build for that at the minute. Well, I've actually finished it. I just need to get it edited and get all that done, and then that should be up. But I don't know. I really don't know about it. I don't know. I'm going to give it a bit of time first before I make a total judgment on it, and see how it goes. But yeah, back to this build. This is the thing I was building that I don't know the name of. So there. Yeah, I get some windows in here as well, which I had to fiddle about a lot. They just weren't fitting into the build that I built at the minute, like the building that I built at the minute. So I do have to go and just size it down a tile. But yeah, it all looks nice in the end. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what this building could be, so I did have the thought of some like stores, a few shops we could get in there. But any other ideas, yeah, just let us know in the comments. It would really help us out. And yeah, next to this I do get another little building in, which it's really quite small. I don't know what I was thinking when I originally built this. Yeah, it's because on the ground floor again, I've made it so that there's going to be some sort of shop, and then the first floor, the next floor, cause it's only 2 floors, the ground floor and the first floor. But yeah, on the first floor, I was thinking we could have like another little apartment, a little house there, but it's really small, so it's going to be probably quite hard trying to get a little house into there. It's going to be a small little apartment anyways. But yeah, so around here I also had the idea of taking some of the flowers and wrapping them. Well, I put them little posts there, and then I had the idea of taking some of the flowers and then wrapping them round, like, so it looks like they're sort of spiraling around the post as they've been growing up there. I quite like that idea. I think I've done that in another build before. I think it might be in the windmill build I did. I think it was that. I can't remember. But yeah, I like that idea, so I did it. And just going around and just making it look a bit more sort of like it's naturally grown. Yeah, and the post I'm putting in the water now, just when I was looking at pictures of Venice, there's like poles sticking out of the water. I'm not quite sure what they're for. Something to do with all the little gondolas or something, I don't know. If you know, let us know in the comments. I like learning new things from everyone, which I do a lot, like I said before, when I'm trying to describe things. I never know the name for anything, so you always help us out, and you're always like, oh, the thing you were trying to say, you didn't know the name of, it's called such and such, and I'm like, thank you, thanks for that. I learn it like a hell of a lot, but it just didn't stick in, so you'll probably tell us the name or what it's used for, and then in another video I'll have probably forgot. But yeah, my memory's really bad, honestly. That's another one of the reasons why I don't use CC in the game, like custom content, because I would just never be able to keep up with all the links and where I got things from. I can barely keep up with my own age or where I've left my house keys. So yeah. Yeah, this is that other building I was talking about. So we've got some big windows on the front there because I was wanting it to be some sort of shop. Don't know what kind of shop, but it's going to be a shop. Yeah, and then, like I said, the tiny little apartment I've put on the top. It's like a little L-shaped apartment. But I do put like a little sort of yard area to the side to get into this, like into the apartment. At the top it's got a separate entrance, some stairs going up there, and it looks quite nice. It's got a nice little terrace area at the front too. But like I said, with a lot of the roofs as well, I wanted to change them up. They're just, some of them I just don't like the look of them. But if you've got any ideas for that too, just let me know. And yeah, with a lot of the buildings, the windows, I wanted them to be like sort of like mismatched and at different levels, and so it's got sort of, I don't know, it's like a kind of like a rusticy kind of look to it. So yeah, there's a lot of like mismatched, I keep messing up on my words, I can't talk. There's a load of mismatched windows and doors and things, but yeah. Oh yeah, this little wall I built in as well, I like this. Get load of the ivy out, and some of them hanging, they're like sort of like little hanging, there's the flower ones and there's one that's just like all green. But yeah, I get a load of them out and put them on the side of the wall there too. So it just looks like it's overgrown with plants, because it just looks, I mean the build's quite nice, but I think it would just look too bare and bland if it didn't have like some plants about the place. But yeah, this little area, the doorway, I was just messing about with this, and it just wasn't looking nice. And then I can remember I watched, I'm pretty sure it was Devin Bumpkin, he did something like this with a gate, I think it was, I can't remember now, but yeah, it was something like this, like what I'm doing with the door here, and I thought, oh, I could do that with the door. So yeah, I got the idea from his channel, which I've only just recently came across, and he is like such an amazing builder. Really seriously, go and check Devin Bumpkin out if you haven't. Yeah, I've just recently found his channel, and I'm sort of doing a little catch up on all the videos, but yeah, go and check him out. And yeah, come to the end of this build now. I haven't included any screenshots. I don't know, but let us know how you feel about that. Maybe in the next one I could put a few screenshots in, but yeah, let us know. And I'm going to leave it here. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you're having a really nice day. Thanks everyone. Bye.